alien races came and went, but none caused as much quiet curiosity as the small human transport that docked in the hangar bay. Inside, a lone figure prepared to step into a world she barely knew. Her name was Emma, a human soldier trained in a way few others were. She was not tall, not strong like the towering aliens who ran this outpost. Her skin was light, her eyes calm, and her movements careful. To many aliens, she looked harmless, just a normal human, maybe even weak. But Emma carried a secret inside a locked container in the hangar bay. Rested her 9-foot mecha machine built for war and destruction. It was a marvel of human technology, combining power, speed, and precision. But for now, it was silent, hidden from curious eyes. Emma stepped out of her ship, her boots making soft thuds on the metal floor. The air smelled of oil and metal, mixed. With the strange sense of alien species, a group of alien soldiers watched her closely. They were tall, muscular, with sharp eyes and scales covering their bodies. "Look at her," one said in a low growl. "Just a tiny human. What could she possibly do here?" Another laughed. "She looks harmless? Probably sent as a joke." Emma heard the whispers, but did not respond. She had faced worse doubt on Earth and beyond. Her training had prepared. Her more than just battle it, had prepared her for being underestimated. The commander of the alien outpost, a fierce warrior named Korak, stepped forward. His voice boomed in the hangar. "Human soldier, you are assigned to this base. Prove your worth or leave." Emma nodded calmly. "I will do my best." Days passed, and Emma kept to herself. She studied the base, learned the alien languages, and watched the other soldiers train. Many aliens ignored her or openly mocked her size and quiet nature. But Emma's mind was sharp. She knew the strength of patience and the power of surprise. One afternoon, the base received a distress call. A nearby mining colony was under attack by space pirates. The aliens planned to send a large strike team, but the situation was urgent. Emma volunteered immediately. Korak raised an eyebrow. "Human you? This is not a job for the small and weak." Emma smiled faintly. "My mech is ready." The aliens exchanged uneasy looks. They had heard rumors about the human's mech, but had never seen it. The team left the station quickly. Emma sat in the command ship, her fingers lightly touching the controls that connected to her mech. The machine waited silently in the hangar bay of the outpost, ready to be called. When they reached the mining colony, the scene was worse than expected. Pirate ships fired on the surface, explosions shaking the ground. Miners and workers ran for cover as small defense forces tried to hold back the attackers. Korak's team prepared to land, but Emma took a deep breath. She pressed a button on her wrist console. Suddenly, in the hangar bay of the outpost, the 9-foot mech awoke. Lights flickered on its armor plates and servos hummed with life as the machine moved with grace despite its size. Emma's voice came. "Through the team's comms, I'm sending the mech remotely. It will assist from orbit." Korak was stunned. Impressive. The mech entered the atmosphere, its powerful thrusters lighting up the sky. It landed near the pirate forces, towering over their ships like a giant shadow. The pirates fired their weapons, but the mech's armor absorbed the blasts. With one heavy step, it crushed a pirate tank. Then, with swift movements, it fired energy. Blasts that disabled enemy ships stopped below. Emma directed the mech with calm precision. Her knowledge of the machine's systems allowed her to outmaneuver the pirates easily. The alien soldiers watched in awe. Their doubts began to fade as the mech destroyed the pirates one by one. After the battle, the mining colony was safe. The workers cheered, and the alien soldiers looked at Emma with new respect. Korak approached her, his voice quieter now. "And your machine saved many lives. You are no longer just a small human." Emma nodded, her eyes steady. "My size is not everything. Strength comes from within, and from what you build." As the sun set over the mining colony, Emma stood beside her mech. She looked harmless, but everyone now knew the truth. She was a force to be reckoned with. Who once mocked her began to look at her with respect and curiosity. Still, not everyone was convinced. Some leaders doubted that a human and her machine could stand against the dangers that lurked in the galaxy. The alien commander, Korak, called a meeting to decide what role Emma and her mech should play in the future. The room was filled with tall, fierce warriors from many species. Their voices were rough, and their eyes sharp with judgment. "This human has shown skill," Korak said, "but can she fight with us? Can she lead?" One alien warrior, a reptilian named Growl, sneered, "Machine is big, but can it handle the real battle? It might be a toy. Nothing more." Emma stood quietly, letting their words wash over her. She knew that actions spoke louder than words. Soon a new mission came. A group of explorers was lost on a dangerous planet full of hostile creatures. The aliens wanted to send a strike team to rescue them. Emma volunteered to join. Korak hesitated but finally agreed. The team landed on the planet's rocky surface. Thick fog covered the area, and strange sounds echoed from the forests nearby. The explorers' last signal had come from deep inside the jungle. As they moved forward, the team was attacked by fierce beasts. Sharp claws and teeth tore through the air. The alien soldiers fought bravely, but the creatures were many. Emma's heart pounded. She realized this was the moment to show her true strength. She called for her mech. "Get ready." With a loud roar, the 9-foot machine rose from the landing craft. Its heavy feet crushed the ground. The mech's eyes scanned the area, searching for threats. The beasts charged. The mech moved quickly for its size, swinging powerful arms to block attacks. With one strong blow, it sent a beast flying into the trees. Emma controlled the mech with skill. Every movement was precise and fast. The aliens watched in shock as the mech tore through the monsters. The team pressed forward, led by Emma and her mech. "Ha!" After hours of fighting, they reached the lost explorers, exhausted but alive. The rescue was a success. The explorers thanked Emma and the aliens for saving them. Back at the base, Korak finally admitted, "Human, your machine is more than a weapon. It is a protector." Emma smiled. "It is the strength of my people. We use our minds and machines together." But not all aliens were happy. Growl and others whispered that Emma's success was luck or technology, not skill. They planned to challenge her in the next big test. A few days later, a message came from the Galactic Council. A powerful enemy was attacking a nearby planet. The aliens needed all their best fighters. They called it the ultimate test. Emma was chosen to lead a team, including some of her strongest alien rivals. They were to defend the planet and push the enemy back. On the way to the battlefield, tensions ran high. The aliens still doubted Emma's leadership. Some avoided her, others gave cold looks. Emma ignored it all. She focused on the mission ahead. When they landed, the enemy was already attacking. Huge war machines and fighters bombarded the city. Aliens and humans worked together to protect the people. Emma's mech was in the front line, used its strength and weapons to shield civilians and destroy enemy tanks. The battle was fierce. Explosions shook the ground. Soldiers shouted orders and warnings. Emma guided her team with calm and clear commands. Her trust in her mech and her team grew. At one point, the enemy launched a surprise attack on their base. Many were caught off guard. Emma quickly moved her mech to defend. She fought hard, blocking attacks and helping injured allies escape. The alien soldiers saw her bravery and skill. They began to fight with new hope and energy. The battle lasted many hours. Finally, the enemy retreated. The planet was safe, but the cost was high. Many soldiers were wounded or tired. Cora approached Emma again. "You led well. Your strength and courage saved many lives." Emma nodded. "Thank you, Commander." It was a team effort. The aliens who doubted her before now stood beside her, ready to fight as one. Emma realized that her true strength was not just in her mech, but in gaining trust and respect. As the sun set on the battlefield, Emma and her 9-foot death machine stood tall, a symbol of hope and power. Many who once doubted her now looked up to her as a true leader. But with respect came new challenges. Emma knew she had to prove more than just her fighting skills. She had to show the aliens that human strength was not only in machines or weapons, but in cleverness, teamwork, and heart. The base was busy with preparations for the next big threat. Enemy forces were gathering in a nearby system, planning a massive attack. The Alien Council asked Emma to lead a training program for mixed teams, humans and aliens working together. Some alien soldiers grumbled, "Why listen to a human? Have fought for centuries without them." Emma smiled calmly. "If we want to win, we must work as one." She began the training with simple exercises, learning each other's strengths, weaknesses, and languages. Emma shared human tactics and encouraged aliens to share their battle experience. Slowly, barriers broke. Teams began to trust and depend on each other. Emma's mech was there too, showing new combat moves and strategies. It was not just a weapon, but a teacher. During one training exercise, a simulated attack turned into real danger. Enemy scouts appeared nearby, hoping to spy. On the base, Emma quickly organized a defense. Her mech led the charge. Moving fast and protecting the soldiers, the aliens saw how Emma's calm mind and quick decisions made a difference. The scouts were driven away before causing harm. Afterward, Korak said, "You have taught us well. Strength is not just in power, but in leadership." Emma nodded. "Thank you, Commander. The galaxy is bigger than one race. Together, we can be stronger." But peace was short-lived. A new enemy appeared faster and smarter than before. They used stealth ships and advanced weapons to strike without warning. The base was attacked in the night. Alarms rang as explosions lit the sky. Emma jumped into her mech, ready to defend. The fight was hard. Enemy ships fired energy beams that could pierce the toughest armor. Emma's mech moved with skill, dodging and blocking attacks. She called out orders to the soldiers, guiding them to protect key areas. The aliens fought bravely, inspired by Emma's courage. During the battle, the mech sensors detected a hidden enemy weapon, a massive bomb set to destroy the command center. Emma rushed toward it. With seconds to spare, she used the mech's powerful arms to pick up the bomb and throw it into space. The explosion shook the sky, but the base was safe. After the battle, the Alien Council called a meeting. They praised Emma's bravery and the teamwork she inspired. A council elder said, "Humans are small, but their spirit is large. Emma and her mech have shown us what true strength means." Emma felt proud, but humble. No, she knew the fight was not over. More challenges would come back. At the base, Emma's mech was being upgraded with new technology from both humans and aliens. It was becoming stronger and smarter. Emma stood beside her machine, feeling the weight of responsibility. One alien soldier asked, "Human, how do you stay so calm in battle?" Emma smiled softly. "Fear is natural, but courage is choosing to act despite fear. I think of my people, my home, and that gives me strength." The alien nodded, understanding. As Emma looked at the stars, she thought about the future. The galaxy was full of dangers and mysteries, but also hope with her mech and her new allies. She was ready to face whatever came next. The small human who looked harmless was now a symbol of hope for many. Emma and her mech had earned the respect of many alien species, and their teamwork had become a symbol of unity. But peace was fragile. One day a sudden alarm rang. Through the base, scouts reported a new enemy force approaching fast. This enemy was unknown, their ships unlike anything the aliens had seen before. The Galactic Council called an emergency meeting. The leaders spoke in worried tones. "This new threat could destroy us all if we do not act." Emma listened carefully. She knew this was not just another fight. It was a test of everything they had learned. The council assigned Emma and her mech to lead the defense. She was joined by an elite team of alien warriors and human soldiers. As the enemy fleet neared, Emma studied their ships. They moved silently and attacked with strange energy weapons that disrupted normal shields. The first battle was fierce. The enemy ship struck quickly, damaging several outposts. Emma's mech fought in the middle of the chaos, blocking blasts and destroying enemy fighters. But the enemy seemed to learn fast. Every time Emma's mech used its usual moves, the enemy adapted and countered. Emma realized she needed new tactics. She gathered her team. We must think like they do, predict their moves, and stay unpredictable. The team trained hard. They developed new formations and tested different weapons. During a night raid, Emma took her mech deep into enemy territory. She used stealth technology to avoid detection. Inside the enemy base, she found strange machines creating powerful weapons. Emma destroyed them quickly, but enemy forces closed in. Her mech fought fiercely, but the numbers were against her. Just when it seemed she would be overwhelmed, her team arrived. Together, they escaped and reported the enemy's secret plans. The aliens now understood the danger. This enemy was unlike any before, a threat to all life in the galaxy. Emma and her team prepared for the final battle. It combined human technology with alien strength, creating new weapons and armor. On the day of battle, Emma's mech stood tall at the front lines. The enemy fleet attacked with full force. The fight was brutal. Ships exploded and the ground shook. Emma's mech moved with speed and power, dodging attacks and protecting her team. She used every skill she had learned, adapting to enemy tactics. In real time, the battle lasted for hours. Both sides suffered heavy losses. In the end, Emma's leadership and the bond between humans and aliens turned the tide. The enemy fleet retreated, broken and defeated. After the battle, the Galactic Council honored Emma and her team. Her mech was called the Guardian of the Galaxy. Emma looked at the stars, knowing that peace was always temporary. But she was ready for whatever came next. Her 9-foot death machine was more than metal and power. It was a symbol of hope, courage, and unity in a galaxy that needed it most. Stood ready to defend the outpost that had become a symbol of hope in the galaxy. The alien warriors and human soldiers worked side by side, their trust in each other deep. After many battles, Emma's 9-foot mech was at the front line, a towering figure of strength and courage. As the enemy fleet approached, the sky lit up with explosions and energy blasts. The ground shook under the weight of the war machines. Emma's mech moved quickly, dodging attacks and protecting the soldiers. She used every weapon at her disposal: energy beams, powerful fists, and shields that could absorb heavy fire. Battle was fierce. Enemy fighters tried to flank the base, but Emma's team was prepared. The aliens used their advanced technology while the humans relied on clever tactics. Emma coordinated the defense with calm and clear commands. Her voice carried over the chaos, guiding her team to where they were needed most. During the fight, Emma spotted an enemy warship heading straight for the command center. She knew that if it reached its target, the battle would be lost. Without hesitation, she piloted her mech to intercept. The two massive machines clashed in a fierce duel, each blow shaking the ground. Emma's mech was faster and more agile than expected. She dodged the enemy's heavy strikes and delivered powerful punches. The enemy warship began to falter. Emma seized the moment, firing a charged energy blast that disabled its engines. The warship crashed. Preventing disaster, the alien soldiers cheered, the respect for Emma and her mech growing even more. But the battle was not over. Enemy forces launched a surprise attack on the supply lines, hoping to weaken the defenders. Emma quickly sent teams to defend the supplies. She led one group herself, moving through dangerous territory. Her mech crushed enemy tanks and cleared the path. The soldiers followed her lead, inspired by her bravery. After hours of fighting, the supply lines were secure again. Emma and her team returned to the outpost. Tired but victorious, the Galactic Council sent messages of praise. Emma's name was spoken with honor across many worlds. Korak approached her once more. "You have saved us all, human. Your courage and strength are beyond measure." Emma smiled, feeling a deep pride. "We all fought together, is our true strength." As the stars twinkled above, Emma knew the war was far from over. But with her mech and her allies, she was ready for anything. her 9-foot death machine, was not just a weapon, it was a promise that humanity would stand strong in the galaxy. Stars shone brighter, and hope returned to many worlds. Emma and her 9-foot death machine had become legends, not just among humans, but among many alien races. The Galactic Council called a grand ceremony to honor those who had defended the galaxy. Emma stood among heroes from many planets, her mech, silent but proud, beside her. The council leader spoke with respect. "Emma, you have shown us that true strength is not in size or numbers, but in courage, wisdom, and unity. Your bond with your machine and your allies has saved us all." Emma felt a warmth inside. She looked at the faces around her aliens and humans, alike united by their fight and their trust in each other. After the ceremony, Korak approached her with a serious look. "Emma, the council offers you command of a new fleet one made of humans and aliens working together. Will you accept?" Emma thought carefully. She remembered the early days, the doubt and fear, and how far they had come. With a steady voice, she said, "Yes. Together, we will protect this galaxy." Days later, Emma stood on the bridge of her new flagship. Outside the window, ships from many races flew in formation, ready to face any danger. Her mech was there too, graded with the latest technology from every world. It was stronger, faster, and smarter than ever. Emma touched the control panel and smiled. This was more than a machine, it was a symbol of what humanity could achieve. She thought back to the battles, the hard choices, and the trust earned. She knew that being a leader was not just about fighting, but about inspiring others. One young alien soldier asked her, "Emma, what advice do you have for us?" Emma looked at him kindly. "Never judge by size or looks. Strength comes from inside, from heart and mind. Work together, respect each other, and believe in what you do." The soldier nodded, feeling hope for the future as Emma's fleet moved. Out into space, she felt ready for whatever challenges awaited. The galaxy was wide and full of mysteries, but with her allies and her mighty mech, she was not afraid. She was proof that even those who seem harmless can change the fate of the stars.